All right. Good morning, team. Good morning, fam. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Thursday so far for my East Coasters, for my morningers over here, getting things kicked off. So today, I kind of want to extend on the conversation that we had yesterday, but always want to be talking about some of the most important things that we're doing every day. Right now, we have our Discover Secret Challenge that's happening right now, where agents can join for only $29, right? And when they place their first order of $100, they're going to get the hair care bonus set, which are some of our bestsellers and favorite products. Unfortunately, you're going to have to tell me how well they work because obviously. But outside of that, we've got our Power to Share program where when you're introducing 3 new agents through the Discover Secret program and helping them get their first customers, you're going to get those bonuses, 150, 5 agents, 300, 10 agents, 600, 15, $1,000. And that is very simple. If you're basically getting 15 people to say, okay, $29, I can have my own business. And if I spend $100, I'm going to get over $100 of value. Kind of a no-brainer. All right, so we want to make sure we do that. Let me mute out everybody. Let's see. Mute all, and let's get started. So our Secret 7, the Secret 7 program that we've been talking about here is kind of our 7 daily habits for success. We want to make sure that we're mentioning them all the time because we don't want them to be a training that was done one time, be like, oh yeah, those were those things I totally forgot I need to be doing every day. So number 1 is to be a product of your product. Number 2 is to learn, get trained, sharpen your skills every single day. You want to get better. Number 3 is to connect with a couple of people every single day. And this is one of those things that I'm so excited about continuing to increase my social media brand and my social media skills. Number 4 is to post on your social media, start building your brand, follow Ruth and Trish training program and just follow the steps. Number 5, engage, interact, create those relationships, create those connections, not just with your post, although that's important, but engage and interact with the post. Don't just go through the endless scroll of stupidity. Is get involved, get engaged. Don't be a spectator in the social world. Get engaged instead, getting onto the field. Number 6 is to grow, read, learn, listen every single day. Get better. And number 7, plan your day before you start your day. Don't let your day plan you. You take control of that. So that's our Secret 7 daily actions for massive success. Now, today, we're pivoting off of a conversation that we had yesterday, or continuing off the conversation we had yesterday, where we talked about accountability. And I read some of this book, and man, what a strong topic it is. And every time I read this, I'm just like kicking myself. Have you ever read a book and you felt like the author is literally reaching out of the pages and slapping you across the face? Because that's how I feel sometimes when I read this book, among others, that really get to me because every time in my life it seems like things are really working very well inside of my business. It's usually because there's some level of accountability that I've really started building in. And it's something that usually a lot of us shy away from. And we talked about that yesterday in depth. So if you missed that training, go watch that unit, go watch that training. But today I wanted to talk about something that really has been an impactful part of my business, an impactful part of my life, which is finding and having a strong workout partner. Okay. So having a strong workout partner when it comes to your business and it comes to your anything in your life. And I want to kind of give some ideas and some strategies around that because I have, I've used this in periods of my life, but more importantly is things that I've seen that have worked and things that I've seen that haven't worked. Now I want to identify that there's a difference between a mentor and a workout partner. Okay. And the difference typically is where you are. And I want to equate it to going to the gym and working out, right? So there are people out there, like a good example, The Rock is probably not my best workout partner. And why? Because if I went and worked out with him, I would die and I would never want to work out again because we're not on the same level. I know some of you are thinking, no, Jess, you're probably on the same level. And I appreciate that, but we're not. So, but when it comes to having something maybe to aspire to, as kind of a mentor. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not a strong relationship there. It doesn't mean that there's not a coaching relationship. It doesn't even mean that there's not a strong friendship there. But as a workout partner, generally speaking, what I usually recommend is finding somebody that has somewhere around the same type of area that you are in your business, somewhere around the same type of maybe level, but not necessarily. But for sure, one of the things is that you have a similar goal from going from where you are to where you want to be, somewhat similar. The second thing is that you have a level of commitment and usually time. And that's one of the biggest things is your focus and your time is a good idea or good measure as to who it is going to be your workout partner. Somebody that's casually building their business and is just trying to keep up with, making sure that they're doing their posts here and there, that they're listening to some things. And if you are like, no, I want to skyrocket this thing. If you want to go 200 miles an hour, it's not a good idea to workout partner with someone who's going 2 miles an hour. Now, both are perfect speeds for whatever it is that somebody's choosing, but you want to make sure you have somebody that's kind of on that rank, on that level with you. So now finding a workout partner is interesting because what I've found is that it's being a good workout partner is the most important part of it. And now you're likely going to have to probably switch these up. You're probably going to have to change. So don't get attached to your workout partner as much as sometimes you would like to be. And you're going to find that some people will stay with you for a season. Some will stay for a lifetime. But very rarely are you going to have the same workout partner for an extended period of time. If you happen to find that magical unicorn workout partner that works really well for you, good for you. That was not my experience. Generally speaking, I found I needed to switch up workout partners every 6 months, maybe even more, and depending on it. So here's a couple of things. It's probably not going to be your best friend. So generally speaking, now, sometimes it can work out that way, but generally speaking, this isn't your best friend. This isn't somebody, because workout partner is somebody, if you're choosing to really hold each other accountable on a business front, is somebody that you have trust with, but somebody that you have respect with. This is somewhere where you're not going to want to let them down. Whereas your best friend, it's like if you miss the call or something's not happening, they're going to love you anyway because you're best friends, because your friendship was really the reason why you're maybe working together. But in this case, you're looking for someone of going, look, I want somebody to kick my butt, and I'm going to be there to kick their butt. I'm going to be there to really hold them accountable towards the things that they say they're going to do. All right. So kind of hopefully get an idea. Now, some of you are thinking, well, who could be a good workout partner for me? Well, identifying what it is your goals, identifying what it is you're looking for is a good place to start, right? Now, inside of social networking professionals, inside of Sea Life Nation, inside Team Elite, these are great resources to find a workout partner, right? And determining whether or not you might be a good fit. Now, you might have more than one workout partner, but don't be the person that has like 17, because that's not effective either, right? So you're looking for maybe one, maybe two for a couple of different areas in your life. Now, you might have a workout partner for your health, and you might have a workout partner for your business. You might have one for both, because really what they're there to do is to kind of push each other outside of your normal comfort zones and have a place that you're reporting in on a daily and or a weekly basis with your numbers. And we're going to talk about that from what we talked about of our key performance indicators from yesterday, because that's really measuring out your success. Another kind of thing, I generally recommend this, although it's not 100%. But normally, unless you have a long-standing relationship, usually I don't recommend having your workout partner be people in your team or people in your upline. Not a recommendation for the most part, unless you've really unless you've built something. I've done it at times and it's worked well with specific people. But for the most part, when you're trying this out a little bit, and usually one of the reasons why is because as a workout partner, when there is a financial gain from somebody working or somebody not, there's sometimes a feeling of like, well, I'm being held accountable to doing things to somebody that benefits from it. So I usually recommend having somebody outside of your pay line or pay structure if you haven't used these before. Next thing on this is, what do you do with your workout partner, right? What are they there for? And if you think about it again, like going to the gym, is if you've ever gone to the gym by yourself, I don't know if you've ever done this and you've kind of gotten on the treadmill and you're going, right? You get that little pain in your side. I don't know if any of you have experienced, I know none of you because you're all, champions and physically fit beyond belief, but some of us experience that. And when you get that little kink in your side, it's easy to slow down, or it's easy to stop, or it's easy to say that that's enough, right? But if you look to your left and your workout partner's on the treadmill, just like ripping it and looking at you like, let's go. It's usually difficult to get off. So what they're going to do is help stretch you a little bit beyond that. But honestly, I think one of the most important things is not just to stretch you a little bit more. It's really to spot you in the areas where the biggest growth comes from. And the biggest growth comes from, like, if you're doing reps, let's say you're looking to lift weights, and let's say I'm doing bench press and I'm going to do 10 reps, and that's 135. So I'm doing 10 reps. And at the end of my 10 reps, so what rep is the most important rep? And most people would say, well, the 10th rep. And that's somewhat true, but really it's a trick question. It's the 11th rep. It's the 12th rep. It's the one that you couldn't have done by yourself. It's the one that you couldn't have done unless somebody there was spotting you and saying, come on, you can do this. Let's go a little bit more. And they don't need to do much. And if you've ever lifted weights like that before, where it's like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, and then you can't do it. And all they need to do is, it's like 2 fingers. It's like, whoop, right? And this is all they needed to be there for. But if they weren't there, you couldn't have done the rep, which is where the majority of that explosive growth comes from when you're lifting, because the reason you lift is to lift until you can't. That's what makes it stronger. And getting to those uncomfortable places. And when you're getting to those uncomfortable places in that setting, it's easier because they're there. In our business, getting to those uncomfortable places, you're usually doing them in isolation. So you're usually alone. And especially right now where we're all alone and we're at home, right? So some of you guys are like, I'm not at home. I have a house full of people. And in fact, if I could be alone, that would be a whole lot better. That would make this business easier. But when it comes to building in this, you're usually the struggles that you go through, the challenges that you go through, those moments of frustration, those moments of anger, those moments of sadness, those moments of, man, is this really worth it? Is those moments of, man, when you have those kind of closet crying moments, as I call them, where you just kind of want to throw in the towel, because you're going to experience the ups and downs of business like everybody does and like anybody does. You're usually not there with somebody trying to do that rep, and they can be there to kind of just go, hey, you're doing good. I got you. All right, let's get this done. Let's make it happen. So consistent communication with your workout partner. Now, people have found different methods for communicating with their workout partner that are totally that have worked for different people. So for me, on a regular basis, I love communicating with a workout partner. I like checking in once a day. Some people like doing it morning and night. So kind of 2 check-ins. Some people like to do it by phone. Some people like to do it by message. Okay. So some people like to do it by different methods. I recommend definitely having it be a phone call, and it doesn't need to be a long phone call. This is not a long session. In fact, I would, generally speaking, try to keep them relatively short and keep them on topic. And you could separate your workout call or your workout partner call from your catching up with your day call. But really the idea is that you are there to really set each other up for success and make sure that you're following through with the things that are on your agenda or on your list or on your task. And so what you're doing on your call. Now, there are different levels of workout partnerness, and depending on how aggressive you want to get with each other. So, and I'll share with you things I've done, which some of them are a little crazy. So I'm going to I'll step you up to, being a psycho with your workout partners. But in the beginning, really what you want to start doing in a very simple fashion is setting a commitment and following through with those commitments. And what I recommend doing is some of it might be just scheduling. For some of you, learning to plan your day before you start your day and then waking up and working your plan is going to literally transform your business. So instead of just letting the life kind of take you, or the winds of life take you, for some of you, that's going to be a huge step. So if you don't know what to hold yourself accountable to, hold yourself accountable to the Secret 7. That's it. Like, that's all you need to do is, today, I'm going to do this. So here's what you're going to hold yourself. If I'm workout partners with Lisa, I'm saying, if we're talking in the morning, I'm saying, Lisa, listen, here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to connect with 2 new people, and I might not even know who those people are because I've been avoiding them. Because all of us have those people that we know we need to do. Okay, so I'm going to call Whitney, and I'm going to call Sam. Those are 2 people that I'm going to connect with today. I've been avoiding it. I'm going to connect with those 2 people today. I also need to follow up with Jonathan. I've been meaning to follow up with him, and I just haven't done it. Because a lot of times what we do is we let life just kind of get in the way. And what happens is the things that end up being the most important take the least priority. So much of this is about really structuring and this personal management of your time. And we'll do a whole nother training on time management and personal management, because those are deeper conversations as well, but let's stay on task. So Lisa, here's what I'm doing. I'm doing that, and I'm reading my 10 pages, and I'm reading my book Achievement, these 10 pages in this book, or whatever book I'm reading. So I'm listening to the call this morning. These are my activities, okay? So in the morning, what we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna evaluate what I did. Did I do what I said I was going to do? So Lisa's gonna give me her stuff. Here's what I'm doing today. Bop, 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 bop. Perfect. I've got it jotted down. I know what it is. Right? And in the morning, we wake up tomorrow and we start with, did I do what I said I was going to do? That's it. And there's no story. There's no, well, life got in the way. There's no this or that or this or that. It's can I have a relationship with my word that's powerful enough that when I say I'm going to do something, I do it? Now, some of us are going to start learning that we need to be committing to less things, but being more consistent with the things we commit to. Because we're not going to have any power if every time we're just yapping out stuff of what we're going to do, we don't follow through with those things. Because that's where really that power and confidence is going to come from in the beginning, is doing what you say you're going to do. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Now I might wake up in the morning with Lisa and go, okay, yeah, I did my 2, but I didn't follow up with Jonathan. That's on my list today. I'm going to follow up with Jonathan today. Right? I got my 10 pages in, and man, here's what I learned. Here's what I liked. Here's what, so I got it in. Now today, here's what I'm doing. I'm getting my butt to the gym, or I'm going to monitor I'm doing my shake and my, whatever it is that I want to be held accountable to. Now, there are certain things for you in your life that are already habitual habits, right? That you need to do X, Y, Z, but you already do that every day. Your normal habits, you don't really need to be held accountable to, because you're already doing them. The workout partner is one of the best places to start conditioning new habits, and conditioning new habits is really challenging. And so it's because they're not habits yet. They're not habitual for you to do and or think about. And a lot of times they go into the back burner. So there's one thing. Just do what you say you're going to do and following up. The next thing you're going to start doing on your workout partners is, what are your goals? You should each know each other's goals, and each be constantly reminding each other as to what you're doing it and why you're doing it. So what are we doing these daily actions for? Because the daily actions need to tie to something bigger. Otherwise they get monotonous. So there's that. Now, the next thing, if you want to take your workout partners to the next level, is to start adding in a level of reward and or consequence. These are fun. So some of you work better off of rewards. Some of you work better off of consequences. I am a consequence guy. I am much more motivated by pain than I am by pleasure. Most people are more motivated by pain than pleasure when it comes to just our nervous system in life. But I mean small things, like small pain, small pleasures. And so as an example is, this week, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to complete this book. I'm going to do this many exposures. Or I'm going to recruit this many people. And so what's going to start happening is you're going to start transitioning your activities into a result. And that's where, in the beginning, you focus on activities until you start getting really comfortable with saying and completing activities consistently. Once you get confidence in your activities, you're going to start claiming results. So I'm going to sign up 2 people this week. I'm going to recruit 3 people this week. I'm going to get 2 customers this week. I'm going to get 500 points this week. So now you're upgrading from activity to claiming results. And then now it's like, well, am I really in control of results? I can be in control of activity. Can I also be in control of results? And the answer is yes, Once you start learning your ratios, you start learning your numbers, you start learning it, and you start realizing the kind of power you have when you get intentional about what you want to create. So from the results, the consequences and the rewards. So I'll give you silly things. Like I had a guy, I'm just going to take the 2 connections. Like every day, you got to connect with 2 new people every day. You got to grow your list, got to grow your connections, grow your relationship. So if you're connecting or exposing 2 people to your business every day, that was one that's been with me for a long period of time. And so workout partners, we were like, look, it's easy to do, but it's easy not to do. So we had small things where I remember one of my workout partners, she loved Diet Coke. Like that was her thing, right? And she loved Diet Coke. And she would want a Diet Coke when she woke up. She wanted it for lunch, she wanted it for dinner, she wanted whatever. And her thing was, until she does her 2 exposures, 2 contacts, she can't have a Diet Coke. Like that was her thing. And that was like a small takeaway from herself that made her do her exposures. Now, I know that seems crazy, but it worked for her because she thought about Diet Coke all the time. So it was a small takeaway, right? I know people that have done certain things where it was like, okay, a small takeaway here, a big takeaway here. So you can start adding consequences. You can start adding rewards. If I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to get X, Y, Z. If I do X, Y, Z, I do X, Y, Z. Now, the other thing, if you really want to take this to the next level, is you can start actually putting consequences on each other. And this is where it gets fun and a little crazy, I might add, right? So let's say Lisa and I are workout partners, okay? And let's say we want to do something where it's like, I need to do my 2 exposures today, and I got to get in the habit of doing that. I just have to create this habit. And so we start doing it. If I don't do my 2 exposures today, right? And I have to pay Lisa $10. Right? So now Lisa's like, no, Lisa doesn't want my $10. So Lisa really wants me to do my 2 exposures. Or she could nag me. She could just be like, hey, got my $10 today, right? So, and it's by the end of the day, I'm like, oh crap, I got to go do my contacts, right? But I could also put consequences on myself or consequences on somebody else. Here's a good example. Let's say Lisa, she is very health conscious and she wants to eat, she doesn't want to eat fast food. Like she doesn't eat fast food. That's not her thing, right? And so now I could have a consequence, which is crazy, which is if I don't do my exposures, Lisa tomorrow has to eat fast food. Now it's crazier because it's not, most people will do more for others a lot of times than they'll even do for themselves. It's insane, I know, right? How many of you guys have ever set an appointment somewhere, wanted to do something, and you honestly didn't want to go, and the only reason you win is because you made the commitment with somebody else and you knew they were going to show up, right? So that's pushing you out of that comfort zone. I remember when I was first getting started, I was like, I have to create a new habit, and one of them has to be around these exposures. And I made a consequence that if I didn't do my exposures for the day, I had to sleep on the floor. Right? Now, how many times did that happen? Just a one time because it was too painful. I'm not doing that again, right? Now, this is kind of game. Somebody like, whoa, you were aggressive. Yeah, well, I was a 22-year-old child that was running after financial freedom. I'm not saying you have to do something that crazy or that extreme. It could be something small. The other thing that we started doing, and I think Trish just put it here in the bottom, is consequences towards if you do something or don't do something. We've done them with kind of whether it be weight loss or this. I know me and my buddy, Jay, we did a consequences workout partners on our health side, which was that it was a competition for who could lose the most weight in a period of time. And it was a percentage weight. And I ended up losing the competition. And losing the competition, I had to shave my head, which ended up being fantastic because I don't even know why I didn't do it a lot sooner because I was just like hanging on for dear life. But I remember at the time being like, I don't want to shave my head. So these things were motivating. Now, of course, these are very extreme cases. And I'm not saying you need to get that far into it. But what we were looking to do is to gamify the idea of the activities and the habitual activities that are really required to go out there and produce the levels of success. Remember, success is very simple. It's stringing together successful daily actions or key performance indicators or habits And in the beginning, what seems to be challenging, you can make habitual and become almost unconsciously competent, where you don't think about doing it anymore. You just do it. Like learning to tie your shoes in the beginning, not so fun. Eventually, you don't think about that. Learning to drive a car in the beginning requires a lot of focus, a lot of energy, a lot of attention. But then eventually, you don't really think about it. Like, was my left blinker up or left blinker down? You just blinker. It's there for you. And what I want is I want your business to start experiencing that on autopilot. But one of the fastest and best ways to do that and to have a level of accountability is to find a workout partner and start being in communication with each other on a regular basis. So start growing each other, testing each other, looking at what can I do better. Now, the last part of a workout partner is constructive feedback. And this is one of the biggest parts that a lot of people usually will shy away from is what can I be doing better? And because it's really impossible sometimes to see what you're doing from your side. So when you're out there, a lot of times when you're workout partner, you're going to be listening to phone calls, you're going to be listening to trainings, you're going to be doing things. And you want to be getting as much constructive feedback as you possibly can so you can continue to get better. So I hope this is making sense. I'm hoping you are choosing to go, okay, I'm going to find somebody that's going to be a great workout partner for my secret business. And we're going to start working out together and we're going to see where this thing goes. And you're going to learn and experience. And now, does that mean all the experiences of having a workout partner are all sunshine and rainbows and skipping through the field holding hands? Absolutely not, right? So it's not designed for that. It's designed to help you stretch. It's designed to help you grow. They can be confronting. There can be times you want to, thank God you can't punch them in the face because sometimes you might want to. So because you're just like, but the number one thing in finding a good workout partner is to be a good workout partner. And what you want to be doing is finding out how can I add value to this person? And if both of you are going there saying, how can I add value to this person? But keep in mind, the reason why it's very important at finding a workout partner that's usually running at the same speed as you is because if you find workout partners where one person wants to run really fast and one person doesn't want to run really fast, the person running really fast usually tries to get the other person to run faster than they want to run right now. So usually, and then this person gets overwhelmed and then they'll usually get them out or they're not committed enough. And that's not the case. That's why you want to find somebody that's roughly around the same level of commitment, same level of time that you're looking to. Now, this may change over periods of time where you need to back in or back out. So don't get disappointed if somebody says, hey, I'm terminating our workout partner relationship. But any questions? Anybody have any questions about workout partners? I gotta beat this one to death. I think we're probably pretty good. So if you got a question, you gotta unmute yourself.
Okay. So I see people on the Zoom, but I don't really know people. So do you have a way to suggest that we kind of get to know other people that aren't in our upline or downline so we can figure out how to figure that out?
Absolutely. One of the best ways to do that is put a post in the group, right? So go into Sea Life Nation, right? Or go into Team Lead and say, hey, I'm looking for a workout partner. Here's who I am. Here's what my goals are. Here's where I'm looking to head. Here's what I'm looking to do. And here's one of the best things is here's what I can contribute. So I'm looking to be, I'm looking to help somebody with this. So if you just post in there, looking for a workout partner. Now, does that mean just from one post, you're going to get somebody? No, sometimes you need to get out there a little bit more. So, and you'll start seeing the people that are posting on a regular basis and, so you can start connecting with them. You also don't, honestly, just so you guys know, it doesn't have to be somebody in secret. Sometimes it can help, but I mean, your workout partner, by the way, if you want to get really motivated, just find whoever in your life really pisses you off and ask them to be your workout partner. Right? So who is the person you were just like, this person? Oh my God. And just call and be like, listen, you drive me batshit and I need you to be my workout partner. So I'm going to hold myself accountable to you. And this is what I'm going to be doing. And I need your help with this because these are people that you can't let them win. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of you have those people in your life. And so it doesn't have to be, it can be, hey, here's what I'm committed to doing in my business. I don't need you to coach me. I don't need you to do anything. All I need you to do is ask me in the morning, did you do these things? And so, but yeah, that's where I would start, is posting in the group, and then we can find some people to start working out with.
Thanks.
Yeah, great question. Any other questions today? We're good to go. All right. Well, how many of you are committed to having somebody to work out with? Yay! Give me thumbs up. Give me yay. So, all right. So starting the journey here of growth. So thank you guys. Let's make today a kick butt day. We've got our social media training inside of social networking professionals that's kicking off here shortly. So let's make sure that we participate in that and use that really as our kind of platform group to start introducing as many people into the world of online attraction marketing, social media marketing, so that way they can come play with us and have some fun. And hopefully if they see enough value in that, they'll come play with us here in the mud with Seacret. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll see you guys online. Jesse Mack, signing off. Bye.